So after a pretty successful WrestleMania 39 Night 1, how was WrestleMania 39 Night 2? Man, I want to just say this. I say this every year. I think the two-night WrestleMania thing is way better than having a one-night thing. So how was WrestleMania 39 Night 2? So opening the card here was Brock Lesnar versus Omos in what I was calling the bathroom break match. And WWE decided, this was probably a Vince idea backstage, if we make it the first match, they can't use it for a bathroom break. It'll start WrestleMania. They won't need to use the bathroom. And yeah, Brock goes first. No surprise here. A few years ago, there was reported that Brock, either if he doesn't close the show, he wants to be first to get the fuck out of here. So this match was like 5 minutes long. He's probably on the way home already. He's probably already home by the time this review goes up. So how was the match? Not good. Let's see. Omos destroyed Brock Lesnar for the entirety of the match until he ran into the post and then the turnbuckle. And then he got Suplex City like 3 times. Then Brock attempted to go for the F5, failed. Then he went for the F5 and actually hit it 1, 2, 3. Omos went out to 1 F5. Huh. Interestingly enough, though, like the match was clearly made to make Omos look like a threat, like a big thing. Like literally, Brock Lesnar's offense consisted of 3 suplexes and the 1 F5. That was it. Omos destroyed Lesnar the entire time with a choke slam with just about everything. So the match gets it down because it really was not good. I'm never ever gonna rewatch this match. I can tell you that right now. Match gets it down. I really hope Brock would have had something better than this. Down. So next up, it was just like yesterday, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match with women this time. It was Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville, and Natalya and Shotzi. But unlike the one yesterday, this one never really seemed to click too much. For one, it was quite short. That's the first thing. And then two, I wanted Ronda Rousey and Shayna to win, which they did, but they felt like they were barely part of the match. Like, they barely did anything in the match. Well, by the time Ronda got tagged in, it was just to put a submission, and that was it. And I was like, okay, like I wanted more Ronda and Shayna action than what I got. Like, they really were barely a part of the match. There was a cool spot in which Raquel picked up Shotzi in that powerbomb position and threw her outside to the group, and which Liv was waving and sticking out her tongue. That was cool, but yeah, and Chelsea Green jumped to the outside from the top turnbuckle into everybody. Like, there was like 2 or 3 nice spots, but the matches never seemed to flow as well as it should. And the match was pretty quick, and like I said, correct winners in my opinion, but except for the fact that, like, I wanted to see more Ronda and Shayna. I really did. If they barely felt like they were a part of the match and yet they won, I don't know. I really hope this win means something and they go on to be tag champion. Sorry, but the match itself here, it gets it down. Like, this just was not very good. It was not very good flowing. It wasn't as fun as the one from yesterday. And yeah, it's a shame because everybody in here, Liv Morgan, Ronda, Shayna, Natalya, like everybody here has talent and all that, but yeah, the matches never flowed as good as it could have or should have. Gets it down. Then Bobby Lashley came out with his trophy from SmackDown, the worthless trophy that doesn't mean anything anymore because it's not even part of WrestleMania, and that was it. Okay, down. Then we had Drew McIntyre versus my fella friend Sheamus versus the Ring General Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. And Gunther has been making this title feel important, feel like a must-watch thing. Banger after banger. For the first time in a long time, the IC belt has felt like a legit belt. Not something just here, win it, and whatever. And this match, the way these 3 men fought for this title here, made it felt like it was a world title match. This could have been a world title match. Swap out the IC belt for the world title, and it would have been this good. Like, this felt like a world title match for the IC belt, and that's how these matches should be. The IC belt needs to feel this important. This match was hard-hitting. My God, just look at all 3 men's chests after this. They were just slapping them the fucking shit out of the chest. Brutality. at its finest. No disqualification match, triple threat, and not a single weapon was used. And yet the match was so hard hitting, so violent, so brutal. It was intense. I mean, at one point, Sheamus went for the little 10 hit thing he does in the ropes, but him and Drew McIntyre were attacking Gunther together. Punch, smack, punch, smack, punch, smack. It was quite incredible. At one point, it was crazy. This match was crazy. Sheamus had Drew McIntyre in the corner as well. The little 10 beat thing on the ropes. And guess what? That was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He got to almost 28, just pounding the shit out of Drew McIntyre's chest. It was crazy. Crazy, crazy. The match was brutal. A white noise to Gunther from the top turnbuckle. Crazy. Just, I was like, there was so many times where I'm like, I don't know who's going to win this. I don't care who's going to win this. All three men. Gunther can remain being so dominant. Drew can win a belt after so long. Sheamus can win the last belt he needs. Like, it could have been anybody's game, and the match just, no matter who was going to win, the match was always going to deliver. The match was brutal. The match was awesome. My God. Gunther won in brutal fashion. I mean, at points I didn't know who was going to win. Oh, Claymore kick. Is Drew going to win it? No. Fucking powerbomb to Drew McIntyre. Is Gunther going to win it? No. Sheamus broke. Is he going to win it? No. It was crazy. At one point, it was seemed like Sheamus was going to win, and Drew McIntyre broke the pin by pulling Sheamus out of the ring. That looked like right there, Sheamus is doing it. He's winning it. Man, what a crazy match. And then the end of it was Sheamus hitting the Claymore. Sheamus hitting the bro kick. Someone kicks here on Drew McIntyre. He was down. He was going for the slow pin. By the time he made it to the pin, the ring general jumped from the top turnbuckle, jumped on both of them, and then powerbomb to Drew, powerbomb to Sheamus, and that was it. And when he did it to Sheamus, he dropped him on top of Drew McIntyre. And then he did it to Drew McIntyre for the pin. Match was crazy. This match was insane. Seriously. You want a good triple threat match? Her hitting? Go check this out. This doesn't just get up. Heavy Metal Horns for Awesome. Because this match was just fantastic. It was just everything. There wasn't a single thing I could say that was wrong in this match. Well, there was one thing. The very first move that was done in the match was the Claymore, and it was a complete botch because Gunther fell and it didn't even really connect. So after that first second of like the fuck, the match itself just from there on never let up. Heavy Metal Horns for Awesome. Match was fantastic. Match was insane. Go watch this shit. Possibly one of WrestleMania's greatest triple threat matches ever. And then we had Bianca Belair versus Asuka. The biggest problem this match faced, to be honest with you, was first of all following the amazing triple threat, because that match such a high standard that this match just was not gonna get over that. And this match was good and it was entertaining, and I was involved and the crowd was too. But it just like I said, the previous match just took out so much energy out of the crowd. Myself, it just didn't feel as good because of the previous match, and also the fact that as good as this match was, it pales in comparison to last night's match of Rhea and Charlotte. By comparison, it just pales in comparison. It's just nowhere near as good as that one was. But yes, both women were really good. In fact, there was a really good spot in which Bianca kind of power bombed Asuka on the outside, and that shit hurt me. But yeah, the match itself was good. It was back and forth. It was fast paced. Like as soon as the match started, there wasn't a moment of slowness anywhere. And both women were just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth throughout the whole match. But eventually, Bianca Belair did win, retaining. Asuka missed with the mist, and then she managed to put the armbar on Bianca, but Bianca powered out and hit her with the KOD and won. Like I said, the match was good indeed. But it was just, I don't know, it wasn't as good as I thought it could be. It could be that, or it could be the fact that the previous match took out so much out of me and everybody, or it could be the one that, yeah, by comparison to yesterday's women's match, it paled in comparison, but definitely gets on up because it still was a good match. A good back and forth between both. Now, the real question is, who's going to dethrone Bianca if not Asuka? Unless they wrestle again, maybe a Backlash. But the match itself gets on up. And then things got beyond weird. So The Miz comes out, Snoop Dogg is out, a repeat of yesterday. The attendance, probably another made up number, the total attendance. And then things start repeating from last night, as in, somebody's gonna wrestle The Miz. I even jokingly told my friend Jordan, hey, I think The Miz is gonna wrestle again. And here comes out Shane O'Mac. Crowd goes wild. I personally don't care to see Shane, but the crowd goes wild. Shane McMahon's out here, and it's official. A match is happening. And things just got weird because I think Shane O'Mac got actually hurt, probably tore his quad or something. And yeah, he was down. Like, he was whooping Miz's ass for just a few seconds, and he fell down, couldn't get up. So the Miz is just running around him. And then things got weird because then Snoop Dogg got back in the ring, knocked out the Miz, and hit him again. Then he did the people's elbow. 1, 2, 3. Snoop Dogg wins in a one-on-one match between Shane and the Miz. Like, was this match a triple threat when it started? It wasn't a one-on-one. It was a triple threat. Somebody please explain to me what happened here. How did this turn from one-on-one to Snoop Dogg doing the people's elbow and beating the Miz? So, yeah, I think this wasn't even thought about. This wasn't planned. I think Shane O'Mac legitimately got hurt. And this was probably Snoop Dogg improvising out there with The Miz. And that's the best thing they could do. But it just didn't make any sense whatsoever. Snoop Dogg beats The Miz in a match between Shane and The Miz. Interesting. It all gets it down. It was funny. I laughed when I seen Shane go down. I was like, oh my goodness. Seriously. This is why you guys shouldn't be out here anymore. But anyway, it was still comedy. It was still funny. But yeah, it gets it down. Talk about a match that left me without my smile at the end. The Demon Finn Balor versus Edge. This match was great. It was great. But why is it that I lost my smile? Because Edge won. No. Why did Edge need to win this match? Why? Why did he need to win this match? He had already won the last one, the tag match. What was the purpose of Edge winning here? What was the purpose of the Demon coming back to lose? What does Vince and Hunter have in common when they're booking? They both have the Demon lose. Bring back the Demon after so long to lose? The result was shit, in my opinion. The match is amazing. Brutal, table spots, ladders, blood, candlesticks, chairs. Granted, it was a little goofy at times with the color-coded weapons. I mean, a red chair for Edge, purple chair for Finn, the purple table, purple candlestick, red candlestick. Like, that was a little goofy. But like I said, that match itself delivered. Hell, there was a Finn Balor got to the top of the cell. I guess there's like a floor now on top of the cell in the between part. He jumped from that to the table because he was going for his finisher, the coup de grace, but missed. He got hit with a spear. He still kicked out. It was amazing. Like, I could not believe him. Like, when that happened, I'm like, yeah, Finn is winning, my man. And no, the Demon lost to the Concerto. Oh, that's it. 1, 2, 3. My problem, like I said, is that I don't like the end result, but the match itself was fantastic. It was really, really good. Edge at one point threw the ladder right at Finn, busted Finn open. They checked Finn, make sure he's okay. There was blood in the ring. So Edge just ran around for like 3-4 minutes looking for weapons and nothing. It sucks that it had to happen in a Hell in a Cell, where then things, the match is supposed to keep going no matter what. And for the few seconds of it happening at first, the crowd even started to boo because Hell in a Cell matches are supposed to keep going no matter what. Unfortunately, we've had 2 Hell in a Cell matches in the past stopping by match stoppage. I was getting worried they were going to pull that shit on us. So, yeah, he was fine. I just wish that it was a little quicker. Glad to know Finn's okay, but it was a long match, but it was a good match. A good length match. Not long, a good length match. It was a ton of fun. It was brutal, it was violent, it was entertaining. I just don't get why Edge had to win. Like, seriously, somebody explain that to me. And is the nearly year-long feud over? That Edge, what was the point of the whole thing? It sucks. It's dumb. It's stupid. So Finn of the Judgment Day loses. Dominic of the Judgment Day loses. Thank God Rhea won, right? If not, the whole Judgment Day were going to be a bunch of losers. As much as I hated the end result, the match gets heavy metal horns because it was awesome. But seriously, like, if Finn Balor needs to lose a match, have him lose normal. Why must the Demon lose? Seriously, like, why couldn't the Demon have beaten out Edge at the I Quit match and then regular Finn have lost here? You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying here. Protect the Demon, damn it. The last two times we've seen the Demon, he's been losing. Whatever. Like I said, heavy metal horns, the match is awesome, but the result really just pissed me off. And like, Hell in a Cell match, but like, couldn't Damien try to help? And then somebody might go, if you don't watch wrestling, it's a Hell in a Cell, how are they gonna get in? Do you know how many Hell in a Cell matches there's been where there's interference? I mean, hell, we've seen Kane rip right through the cage and go inside the cell. We've seen people sneakily go in when people leave the door open, stuff like that. And the fact that Damien was nowhere to be seen, Dominic, I don't know, that too annoys me. And it's a shame that they couldn't get Gangrel to come up in here and help out or something. That was a shame. Oh, well. Whatever. Like I said, the match was great. It was really good back and forth match where both men really played their part. And I love Edge. In no way am I shitting on Edge. Edge is an all-time favorite of mine. I just don't see why he needed to win this match. And apparently the whole feud. And I get, like I said, the last one-on-one Finn Balor won. But their last match, it was a tag match, and Edge won. Like, seriously, I'm just gonna move on because I'm gonna keep ranting here. But overall, that was a good match with weapons and blood and ladders and tables and chairs and candlesticks and jumping from the midpoint of the cell. That was all great. It really was. So the match, well, like I said, heavy metal horns because it was amazing. But seriously, Edge, why did you need to win? So after that disaster and fiasco of an ending, we get to one that, depending who you are, was a bigger fiasco of an ending. But if you're me, well, you know something? We the ones! Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, the main event of WrestleMania. What a fantastic match this was. This match was intense. It delivered. My emotions were all over the place. I did not know who was going to win. I did not know. At times I'm like, Cody's doing it. And at times like, what? Roman's going to do it. I was jumping on my seat, throwing myself on the floor, smiling. I couldn't believe it. Emotions all over the place. Match was just intense. Immediately the match was starting, and I noticed real quick, whoa, the Usos aren't coming out with Roman, but Solo is. The Usos are going to interfere. And I was correct. The Usos did interfere later on. And then so did Kevin Owens and Sami. And at this point in the match, Solo had been thrown out of ringside. And man, this match was just all over the place in terms of like emotions and just amazingness. Because this match was just fantastic. Let me get my thoughts here together because I am just... Whew, it was just insane. Like, man, there was just so many times where I thought Cody's dead. He's over. And then I'm like, it's over for Roman. The end of an era. The ending of this amazing run is here. It's over. And the match just kept on going. And it kept on going. And it kept on going. And kick out. And kick out. And kick out. Oh, my God. There's broken announcer tables. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say this. This could be one of WrestleMania's best main events when it comes to one-on-one action. Could be up there because this stuff was crazy. It's definitely better than last year's main event by a long shot. So yeah, at one point I thought Roman was done. It was done. So it was over. The Usos got taken care of, and Roman Reigns got hit with a stunner and a haluva kick, and the referee was knocked out at this point. And then when the referee got back up and Cody went to Roman, 1, 2, like that would have been so fitting had Roman lost right there because of it having, KO and Sami having had helped. it would have brought the whole story together. And Roman kicked out. And the match kept going, and it was just intense. And then when it looked like it was going to end right there, Cody was going for his finisher. Did it one time. Did it two times. He's going to go for it a third time. And Solo, which I wonder to myself, okay, the Usos are taken care of. Sammy and KO are out. I'm like, Solo's probably going to come back here if we are realistic about things. Like, if we're realistic, Solo has to come back out here to help out. Referee's knocked out. But WWE can do certain things that don't make sense sometimes. But no, Solo came out and hit him with that Umaga spike right on Cody Rhodes. And that led to a spear by Roman Reigns. And I was just not sure. I'm like, is Cody going to kick out again? And no. Roman Reigns retains. 945 days and continuing. When is Roman going to drop this belt? Would it be to Cody at Backlash? Would it be to Rollins? It'd be fitting if it was to Rollins. Would it be to Jey Uso? It'd be fitting if it was to him. Could it be Bray Wyatt, the man who he had originally had the Universal title when Roman won it? In terms of story, the ones that make the most sense to me would be Cody, Seth, or Bray. More than likely, I am thinking Cody's probably going to still be the one, just not tonight. Maybe Backlash. Because that's the thing. I feel like 90% of everybody here expected Cody to win. And maybe that's why they had Roman retain, to throw that twist. And the crowd was stunned when Roman won. It was great. I loved it. I have my Roman shirt. My Roman Reigns shirt. And my tribal chief has retained and continues to dominate. Because we, the ones. The match gets heavy metal horns for awesome. Matches awesome, great, excellent, good, fantastic. All of the above. So overall, how was WrestleMania Night 2? Well, that's the thing. The main event was fantastic. The triple threat between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew was fantastic. And the Hell in a Cell match was really good. Minus the ending. But outside of those three matches, wow, the rest of the card just didn't hold up. Almost on Lesnar, disappointing. The Shane O'Mac thing, and then Snoop Dogg versus Miz. The forgettable tag team women match, Fatal 4-Way. It's just everything else is where the card just does not hold up outside of the three matches I mentioned. The Bobby Lashley thing felt stupid. I felt bad for the guy. Yeah, it was not. It makes it a mixed bag. With three fantastic matches, but the other ones, not so much. Seriously, not so much. So it puts it in a halfway of half of it was great and then half of it wasn't. And I feel like overall, if you look at both nights, there was more positive in the first night than there was in the second night. Was this a horrible WrestleMania? No. I mean, at least specifically night 2. No, it wasn't. It has three great matches just holding it together. And even Asuka and Bianca were not as good as, say, the Rhea match from last night. And the triple threat that was right before it. It was a good match. So, overall, I feel like 9-2 was the positives outweigh the negatives, but it's honestly not as good as it should have been. And I was sad not to see Bray Wyatt in here. So yeah, overall, I am going to give this an up based on the fact that the positive outweighed the negative, and specifically the triple threat and the main event were fantastic, and the Hell in a Cell match was good. I will give it an up because of those three matches. And then Asuka and Bianca was fine. It was good. It's not as good as it could have been, but overall, it wasn't a bad match. But Brock Lesnar match, the women's tag team match, the Snoop Dogg, Shane, Miz thing, yeah, all that other nonsense, not very good, I must say. So yeah, that was my review of WrestleMania 39, Night 2. This has been the one and the only, as far as I know, Brian Redgrave. Redgrave.